Jessica, good to have you at Africa Tech Festival. It's always an exciting event on the tech calendar. What have been some of the highlights for you this week?
There's been some incredible talks, really interesting talks. We're talking more about sort of digital assets, AI, security, cybersecurity, but also the tech ecosystem is maturing. So it's really interesting to hear how some of the companies who've been around for a longer period are adjusting and building and scaling.
Even in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, every year the conversation moves a little bit forward. What do you think we're going to be seeing maybe next year, in the next 5 years? What are some of the key conversations that you think are going to be leading the way in the future?
I think AI has been big this year, but it will be big for the next 2 or 3 years at least, because essentially it's changing not just how tech is, but how we all work, every single person, whether or not you think you work in tech or not. So that's going to be a continued issue and focus. I think, again, I mentioned it already, but cybersecurity, we're seeing more stories these days about data breaches. We all should care about what happens to our data. We live on our phones, we live on our laptops. So more companies are going to have to build solutions to make sure that we feel safe and that our assets feel safe.
There's a language and a lexicon that goes on in this space that is very specific to those in the tech industry. In terms of communicating that to everyday people, to everyday South Africans, Ghanaians, Kenyans, etc., how well are we doing at that?
I think pretty well. I mean, often it's just about being able to simplify very complex business ideas or business cases or technical products and services as well. So I think broadly the tech space does well. I think where startups especially probably need more help is when they communicate with investors as well. Startups still need money from investors to grow and scale. So there's still those ongoing conversations so they can secure capital to build.
What are you going to be taking away with you and taking back to London?
Do you know what? I have met so many interesting people. So now I have to go through my LinkedIn, go through the app and see who I've connected with and make some notes. But I think essentially I wanted to come and see how sort of tech startups operate in South Africa particularly as well. Most of my work is in Nigeria and Kenya. So for me, it's a learning experience. I've made some new friends, made some new clients. And so that's what I'll be taking back, just looking at how sort of South African models can maybe work and operate in other markets on the continent.
Looking ahead to next year, can we guarantee that you are going to be here next year, Jessica Hope?
Would you like me to leave England that's freezing cold and rainy and gets dark at 4 o'clock in November, to come to Africa Tech Festival where I can come and do business in the sunshine? She's
going to be here next year, and we hope that you are going to be here also. Make sure that you are following us on social media. Make sure that you are using the hashtag for all of your social media content. It is Africa Tech Festival.